I'm Kenny with the Legion Project again, and this week we're here with a great friend of mine, Craig Whittley. He's a Legion brother. Craig, what you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, you already know my name.
Yeah.
I had a life sentence. Was in prison for 32 years. When I was older in age, when I decided to listen to God and start doing what He had told me to do, and of course, I never thought I was going to make parole because I had aggravated life. And I met this man at a prison ministry named Jim, and we just kind of clicked. And then shortly thereafter, he started this program out here on the outside. And he was in there in the parole board talking to them about another offender, and my name came up.
Isn't that amazing how that is?
And she asked me, well, what do you think about this guy? He goes, yeah, I like that guy. She said, well, would you take him in your project? He goes, yeah, I'd take him. So there's God talking again, and I made parole. Came to the program, and of course, I was 51 when I got out. I was 18 when I went in, and 51 when I got out, and not knowing that I was still 18.
Yeah.
Of course, you couldn't tell me that, as my mentor would attest.
Yeah.
But it took me a while to figure out that. And as far as what the Legion Project has done for me is, without them, I'm not going to say I would have, but I ain't going to say I wouldn't have. I probably would have been back in, because I didn't know how to grow up, I didn't know how to be a mature man. But my mentor stuck with me, and I guess his compliment to me was that I wasn't beyond learning or teachable.
Teachable.
I was teachable. So, because I desperately didn't want to have to go back in for the rest of my life. So I started listening. I was still a little slower than most guys, because I was real concrete in the way I thought about things. And but he just hung in with me, and that hung in with me. And so I started out riding a bicycle, washing dishes at Tim Youngblood's. And now I've got my own company, do a trim out.
Nice.
So that's what I do. That's what I love to do. I just work all the time. Keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah.
Not that I'm looking for it. So
No one's looking
So-
for it.
Legion helped me grow up and recognize that I needed to grow up to change. In order for us to change our mindset, I guess, from being hooked into whatever we were into before we went into prison, is we have to grow up, but we have to learn to turn loose of all that stuff from our past. And most guys have trouble doing that. And without mentors or people that are in that same track, taking you out of that, if they're not in that same track with you, then you'll get stuck back in it again. So I was blessed by God for being friends with them and being able to be in the project, and that they had a lot of slow to anger and patience. But I've been blessed by God ever since then.
Well, that's awesome. How long have you been out now?
About 6.5 years.
6.5 years. So 6.5 years, you went from nothing to owning your own business.
Yeah. Out of 51, so it was like being out of high school at 51 and not having nothing, and then trying to figure it out and build it and go. And you can't do that if you still have your old mentality. You have to listen to people that know a different way.
You have to realize that you don't know everything.
And that was a hard thing, because I was a pretty intelligent guy.
Yeah. Okay. We all
So
are.
I thought.
All right. Well, you know what, Craig? I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Again, I'm Kenny, and this is Craig, and we'll be seeing you next time. Have a good day.